What up? We've spent some time this weekend farming the Vaal Temple. We figured out how to track down Atziri relatively quickly, and more importantly, we made a bunch of currency from rank 3 reward rooms. GGG made some major buffs to the temple late last week, and they've been really effective. So that's what we're going to talk about: how to set up the temple for max juicing, and how to farm the two main bosses in the temple. Before we jump into it, help us out with that YouTube busy work. Like, subscribe, and hype this video if you're on mobile. These will all tell YouTube to show our content to more people, so we can keep doing this. The most common question we've been asked about the temple is, did the patch fix it? And for the most part, yes. It's a lot more rewarding now. We've gotten a lot more stuff from the temple, raw divines, plenty of chaos orbs from chests, and tons of double corruption items. It's a solid league mechanic now. The temple is still too complex and the setup is too long, but it is extremely rewarding when done right. There are some things we would change. GGG has some plans to change things as well. Hopefully that's going to be coming early in the new year. Alright, let's hit on the absolute basics of the temple. We did make a whole video about this, but we'll just kind of run through the very basic stuff first. There are encounters in act zones and in maps, and when you do 6 of them, you unlock 6 room tiles, and then you're able to do a temple run. Pretty basic. You are able to bank up several temple runs at a time, and you're able to charge that up, the amount of those that you're able to bank up, by doing the temple more and unlocking more medallions. It's sort of a mechanic that rewards you for doing it more. Each time you close the temple, some of the rooms will despawn. When you close a temple that is connected to the architect, more rooms will despawn, and when you close a temple that's connected to Atziri, even more rooms will despawn. In our testing, reward rooms are more likely to despawn than path tiles. Path tiles are very important in the temple as well. These are the main way that you connect to the architect and Atziri. After you kill the architect for the first time, the temple will begin dropping medallions. These are used to build special rooms, level up rooms, and increase your carrying capacity for temple charges and medallions as well. And this is how you're able to bank up a bunch of temple runs all at once. You start out only able to keep 3 medallions and 6 temple crystals at a time, and you can scale that up to 6 medallions and 60 temple crystals. So you're effectively able to bank up 10 temples, or 60 maps worth of the temple, once you've farmed the temple and gotten enough medallions. This will take some time. Medallions drop randomly from a lot of the rooms that seem like they're not super rewarding otherwise, such as rooms with commanders in them. The medallion is the reward. Higher rank rooms have a higher chance of dropping medallions. The architect is also guaranteed to drop a medallion every time you kill him, and his are usually better types of medallions than the ones you get randomly throughout the rest of the temple. Let's talk about the real moneymaker of the temple, rank 3 reward rooms. There are a lot of good rank 3 reward rooms in the temple. The Vaal Cultivation Orb is the most important of the consistently farmable currency items from rank 3 reward rooms, but it's not the only good one. Queepalottle's medallion allows you to level a room up one time. You can't use multiple of them on the same room, at least not in our experience, so you will need to use some other methods to level up the various reward rooms to level 2, and then top them up to level 3 with Queepalottle's medallion. The way you level up reward rooms is by connecting them to other rooms, such as the Generator Room and the Thaumaturge. Each rank 3 room will contain a boss, but they're pretty easy compared to map bosses. The Sacrificial Chamber is a special reward room, because when you set it, you gain a power that lets you destroy another room in the temple. This can be helpful if you've blocked off a path, but also, destroying another room levels that Sacrificial Chamber up to level 2 automatically. Then you can just slap a Queepalottle's medallion on there and it's rank 3 right away. Now, each time you clear that Sacrificial Chamber, you're going to find one of those Vaal Cultivation Orbs, which are worth, at time of recording, 1.5 divines, maybe more as inflation kicks in throughout the league. Cha-ching! Here's how to farm the Architect. When you connect a path or a reward room to the Temple Architect, you're able to go into his room, fight him, and kill him. He can be a little dangerous, so don't get killed. One helpful tip for not getting killed at the start of the fight is that he drops tiles from the ground right before he spawns, and there are some safe side areas in his room that you can just stand, wait for those tiles to hit the ground, and then go into the middle of the room and kill him. He doesn't have a lot of health, so he should die fairly quickly. Each time you kill the Architect, you gain access to his special console, which allows you to place 3 special reward rooms around the temple. You will need to set these rooms immediately. If you forget and close the temple without setting them, you do just lose them. These reward rooms can give uniques, currency, runes, lineage supports. It's a real mixed bag. They can range from garbage to items worth multiple divines. You also need to kill the Architect at least once in order to fight Atziri. Here is how to farm Atziri repeatedly and relatively quickly. You need to build a path from the start of the temple all the way to Atziri's chamber. Unlike other reward rooms in the temple, you can't connect to Atziri's chamber with a reward room, you have to use a path tile. So don't block your path to Atziri with reward tiles. A tip we've gotten from Reddit is that if you build reward rooms near the end of the line near Atziri's chamber, that greatly reduces the chance of the entire path being destroyed each time you reset the temple. You also need to connect to the Royal Access Chamber, which is a reward room granted by the Architect the first time you kill him. Each time you open a temple with Atziri in it, that room will despawn and you'll need to defeat the Architect once again in order to rebuild it. Once you've connected to the Royal Access Chamber and Atziri's chamber, you're good to go. Visit the Access Chamber first, have a little chat with Alva and Doriani, and then you can go kill Atziri. Alright, here are some spoilers for Atziri. The fight is visually pretty impressive, and mechanically, probably tough, maybe? But she is made of dust. She is less tanky than a map boss, she's probably less tanky than like a magic monster, if we're being real. She is rewarding though. You will get a big reward chest for killing her, and 6 smaller reward chests that drop a bunch of currency, and that's actually it. So is Atziri worth farming? The fight is absolutely worth doing at least once just for the experience, but after that, it's the same gamble as any bossing strategy in PoE, but with a lot more setup. It is not as good of a currency per hour mechanic as farming the temple for rank 3 reward rooms. So here's the key to farming a ton of currency with Atziri's temple. Farm the temple until you build valuable rank 3 rooms such as the Apex of Oblation and Locus of Corruption. Holding on to some Queepalotl medallions can make this process a lot faster. Farm the rank 3 reward rooms as many times as you can until they despawn. Once those rooms despawn, that is the time to set up and try to hunt down the Architect or Atziri if your paths are close to them. Once you get more rank 3 reward rooms, ignore the bosses until the rooms despawn again, then repeat the process. So finally, is the temple fixed? Mostly. It's still kind of confusing. We had to make this guide after all, and by default, if you just set the temple up all wrong, you just slap everything down and don't think about it and just go, it's bad. It's worse than a regular tier 15 map, which isn't great. Once you set it up right though, it's basically a free money printer, and it's pretty fun. The amount of setup to reach Atziri is too damn high. Even if you know what you're doing and you're just locked in on that the whole time, it is still too long. It probably should only be like 20 maps at maximum to reach a pinnacle boss like this, and you can get to her quicker than that if you're kind of lucky or you get a good setup, but it can also be way slower if you're not locked in on getting to her and you're trying to farm rewards in the temple for currency. The main reason for this is the design of path tiles. They just don't need to exist. If path tiles were all deleted and reward rooms could just be connected to each other one after another like 4-way path tiles are, that would basically fix all of the problems with the temple. You could just make a straight line to Atziri over and over again and way more consistently farm her and the Architect and all the reward rooms. That would basically fix all of the problems with the temple and remove a lot of the player confusion. GGG did say that they had another set of improvements planned for the temple in the future, which means 2026. Maybe that change will be in there. We're gonna have to find out next year. Alright, so it's question time as usual, and having recently eaten some grilled cheese sandwiches, we're just gonna go with a real simple one. What's your favorite cheese for a grilled cheese sandwich? Alright, that's it. Be sure to eat some grilled cheese sandwiches, and then also like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. And finally, thank you to all of our channel members. If you want to support us and help us make more PoE content, consider becoming a channel member as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.